Welcome back. My name's Sirius Graves, and today will be the final video of Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishments, and we are still trying to discover the murder that happened at Kew Gardens. Kew Garden Drama, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Kew Gardens Drama. I was right. Okay. And where did we leave off yesterday? Okay, we were back at Baker Street bringing Toby back, and we analyzed the stuff. Alright, I think we need to go back to here. I mean, I don't know if I have to go in here again, but let's see, that's done. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, did we go in here? No, we did not.
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
Okay, anything else in here? Yep.
A tropical plant. Nothing of interest. A tropical plant. A tropical plant. A tropical.
Well, one of them might be of interest, right?
These three plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition. I shall take them.
Okay. Before we do any deducing.
A tropical plant. A tropical plant. Nothing of interest.
Just want to make sure I've looked at everything. Okay. Set up the alkaloid from a chemical laboratory in the caterpillars and perform the experiment with the deadly plants. Okay. Set up the alkaloid from a chemical laboratory in the caterpillars and perform... Okay, well, we need to find a laboratory first, right? What about this side? Yes, let's use this one. Can we use this one? I mean, it's a lab.
This substance is an alkaloid, the same as in the bottle we found in the bushes at Kew Gardens. Perfect, Watson. We can begin our experiment.
Okay, over here. Okay. Or do we have to go to Baker Street and do it? Because... I don't think it'll let me use...
That would be enough to perform the most difficult of chemical experiments.
Well, let's go see if we can talk to the dude outside real quick, and then we'll go back to Baker Street, I guess. make sure he doesn't have anything else to say.
Follow my path, and better you will fear.
Oh, shut up, dude. We have to talk to Albert, too. But first, I guess, we'll go back and do this experiment. And then we'll go back to Kew Gardens. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, maybe we do it at Kew Gardens? Let's do it then. We have to talk to Albert anyway. And then go find this laboratory again. Yes, I need to talk to you.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Okay, we need to go find the lab again, and I don't remember where it's at, so we're just gonna run through here and try and find it. Not in here. Or in here. Which way did we come from? That way, right? Okay, yeah. Let's go this way. Oh, I think it was this way. Next room over, maybe? Where's the lab thing? I don't fucking know.
Seed house.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to find the lab thing. Like, where's this stupid lab of what's his face? No, I don't want to open the window. I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be here, but it's not here.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Yeah, I know, but there's still no fucking lab. Ah! Spaz, stop bathing on me. I'm sick of it. I guess we need to go back to our lab because even though it wouldn't have let me do shit, I guess we're gonna try it again. Oh my god, we can fucking do it now.
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
What am I supposed to do?
This is a strange and unusual plant. A carnivorous plant. A prickly plant. I find the behavior of predators utterly fascinating. How interesting. What a strong and effective defensive mechanism. It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
There it
It
is.
closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas.
That'd be the
what
one.
secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly plant should shoot at it.
Okay. So we gotta open it back up.
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is. I am interested.
Alright, we need to move it here to get that other fucking plant out of the way. Okay, let's try this. Put it back.
Appears to...
Yep. And then put...
This plant seems to have had no reaction from the caterpillars. This plant...
Yeah, it still did it.
Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
Okay, so we figured it
The plants
out.
would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Okay. A divine syndicate left the plants at Kew Gardens in order to murder at a later date. I'm gonna say they're involved. Oh, really? Huh. What if I did that and did that? Aha! That's what I wanted. We're not done yet. Okay, we're at that point, so now we can go back to we need to go back and talk to everybody. And do an experimenta. Okay. Alright, you. It's time to talk.
Are you aware of the Divine Syndicate?
The Divine what? Is this a joke?
No, I am quite serious.
What a ridiculous name. Anyway, I have never heard of this syndicate.
Bullshit.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly, I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Alright, let's go talk to Albert and then to Miss White.
Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa, something, or Lear, Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes. He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. And about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. Then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my God.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Okay, let's go to the seed room and talk to What's-Her-Face. I always turn the wrong direction when I come in here. Okay.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house.
I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Thank you, miss.
Sometime
Everyone has
later.
gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
Okay.
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died, not far from the pool.
Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
Okay.
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
Okay. Power button.
The power is on.
Turning the transmission. And then this.
The engine has started. The ventilation system is working.
Do I go through the building or around the building? Oh, through it. Okay.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Okay.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one.
Oh, now I have to go back and activate the other one? That's stupid. I should have just turned it on. But I thought because it wasn't the one that you could see, it didn't matter. Oh, no.
Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
There we go. Martin Hamish could be the killer. He had the opportunity to steal the Divine Syndicate's plants and stimulate them from his workplace directly after he had locked Montague Dunn inside the Colonial Room. Arrest Martin Hamish. Effect the arrest Martin Hamish. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, I think we need
Let's
to go.
go to Scotland Yard.
Okay. Perfect. Let's go.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
Sometime later. Where are we going?
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
At the reserve. Okay. Which is... nursery. The reserve is by the Palm House. This way? Hold on. That's the nursery. It's not what I need. Where's the reserve at? I don't fucking know. Nope, it's not in here. And the 320 cylinder, which is highlighted, no, is not up there. Nope, it's not in here. Nope, okay. God damn it. I'm not quite sure where we're going, but we're just gonna run through until I find this so-called reserve that I don't know about. Because the map is worthless. God damn it, would you just run the right direction? Because it said it's like across from the nursery. But I'm not finding it. Okay, so I don't get it. In here? No. Oh my fucking god. What's this one say? Nursery. I don't want the fucking nursery. I don't fucking know. I can't find it. It's supposed to be here in one of these fucking buildings. It doesn't show you where. I don't see the cop. I don't see nothing.
Water lily greenhouse. According to this...
Okay, and it's not in here. No. Get out of my fucking way, dick face. So I honestly don't know. I've gone through this entire, every fucking building. Oh, this room? Oh my god. Life has become a living hell. I find it unbearable. Dunn deserved to die, but I cannot forgive myself for having his blood upon my hands. We Hamishes seem to have always fallen victim to our circumstance, and I find myself to be no exception. I must atone, and I shall do so. Here and now, farewell.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
Martin Hamish is able to run due to tibial torsion on his clubfoot. Therefore, we should find out if he had sufficient time to lock the door of the Colonial Collection room and activate the ventilation. Did he have an accomplice? Okay.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
Okay. Went to meet Albert at the Seat House around 9:30. That one. Goes first. And then Martin Hamish returns to the Seat House. Montague, Dunn, and Hamish go out into the backyard. Okay. Miss White is talking about Hamish in the laboratory at 10. And then Miss White joins Hamish and Albert at the Water Lily greenhouse at 10:40. Montague Dunn is poisoned at 10:30. Martin Hamish returns after talking to Miss White at 10:10. Albert saw Hamish returning to visiting Mrs. White at 10:10. And 9:50.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection room.
He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time.
Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
Okay. Okay.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop! I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
Haha.
Well done, Watson. She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
A half-moon walk. I thought that was the last case. I guess not. Cool. I think I remember this one, though. It's kind of hard.
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
We have. Where to?
To the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner? How could those street urchins afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet.
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
All right. We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to our annual dinner. Menu, entree, frozen rat head salad. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way. Ah, sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
Ah, I can hear them on the stairs now.
Well, we can't go there. We can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes!
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong? Don't tell me the dinner is cancelled.
Mr. Holmes, it's my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, because I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard, and they gave him a good beating already. You know what they're like. They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes, we have to help him.
And forget about the dinner? Wiggins, I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes. I'll be waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be there, right? It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
And I think I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow, since there's more to do. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. My name's Sirius Graves. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends to do the same, and tomorrow we will get into the new case called A Half Moon Walk and figure out what happened to little Higgins' older brother. So have a good day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with the last and final case, I believe. I said that last time, but I believe this one is. Have a good one. Bye.